Hi there, welcome to Hello Stories. Before you go to sleep tonight, take a moment to relax. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and let me tell you a quiet, beautiful story. Let the story bring you peace, hope, and a little bit of comfort. Are you ready? Let's begin. My name is Lily. I'm 28 years old. I'm a mother, a wife, and maybe a little tired. I used to think love was the answer to everything. When I met Alex, I believed my life had found its light. He was kind, funny, and always full of dreams. We got married after 2 years of dating. At our wedding, he looked at me and said, "You are my home." I believed him. We had our baby, Ethan, a year after we got married. That day, Alex cried. I remember he held my hand and whispered, "Thank you for giving me a family." But life changed quickly. Having a baby is not easy. Waking up at night. Feeding. Diapers. Crying. Then going to work. Then coming home to clean, cook, take care of Ethan, and try to smile at the end of the day. I was tired. Not just tired, I was exhausted. There were days I didn't have time to brush my hair. Days I forgot to eat. Nights I cried alone in the bathroom because I felt like I was failing at everything. Alex worked hard, too. But he didn't see my tired eyes. He didn't notice when I sat quietly at dinner. He just asked, "Why is the food always cold, or why is the house so messy?" One day, he came home and said, "Lily, maybe we need help. Let's get someone to clean the house and cook. You can't do everything." I felt hurt. But I also knew he was right. I needed help. That's when Anna came into our life. She was 22, from the same hometown as me. Her family was poor, and she had moved to the city to earn money. She was quiet but hardworking. Every morning, she came early and cleaned everything. She cooked warm, beautiful meals. The house smelled like fresh bread and clean soap. For the first time in months, I could rest. At first, I was so thankful. I had time to breathe. Time to hold Ethan without rushing. Time to sit down and drink tea without guilt. The house was warm again. Alex came home smiling. "This is perfect," he said one night. "Now we feel like a real family again." I smiled, too. But something inside me felt strange. Alex started coming home earlier. He would joke more. He would compliment Anna's cooking. He never used to notice my food that much. He said things like, "Wow, Anna, this is better than any restaurant," and laughed with her more than with me. I told myself not to think too much. I told myself, he's just being polite. She's helping us. Don't be silly, Lily. But then, I started noticing little things. Anna wore lipstick when Alex was home. Alex shaved more often and changed his shirts before dinner. One night, I came home early from work. Ethan was with my mom. The house was too quiet. I walked in and saw them in the kitchen, standing close. Too close. Their hands touched. They laughed like teenagers. They didn't see me. I stood there, frozen. Everything inside me went quiet. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just turned around and left. That night, I couldn't sleep. The next morning, I asked Anna not to come anymore. Alex asked, "Why?" She didn't do anything wrong. I looked at him. He looked away. That's when I knew. For 2 days, I didn't speak much. I still cooked. I still smiled. I still looked after Ethan. But inside, I felt like a glass that had already broken. I was just trying to hold all the pieces. I didn't tell Alex what I saw. I didn't ask questions. I didn't fight. He tried to act normal. He made jokes. He talked about work. He played with Ethan. But he didn't look me in the eyes. One night, I sat alone on the balcony with a cup of tea. The sky was full of stars. I looked up and whispered, "Is this what love becomes?" Then, I cried. Quietly. Deeply. The next morning, I made a decision. When Alex came home, I was waiting for him. Ethan was at my mom's house again. "We need to talk," I said. He looked at me, then looked down. I said, "I saw you. With Anna." "I know." He didn't deny it. He just said, "Lily, I didn't plan it. It just happened. I was lonely. You were always tired. We never talked anymore." I looked at him, calm but shaking inside. "You think I wasn't lonely?" I said. "You think I wasn't tired? I gave everything to this family, my body, my time, my dreams. And while I was doing that, you chose someone else." He didn't answer. "I want a divorce," I said. His face turned pale. "Lily, no. Please. Don't do this. We can fix it." I shook my head. "No. You broke something I can't fix." He begged. He cried. But I didn't change my mind. That week, I moved out with Ethan. My parents helped me. It was not easy. Nothing was. There were nights I sat on the floor, holding my son, crying into his little shoulder. There were mornings I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize myself. But slowly, the pain became quieter. I started cooking again, just simple food for Ethan and me. I started walking every evening, holding his small hand, watching the sunset. I started writing in a journal, not letters to anyone this time, but letters to myself. One day, my friend Emma came to visit. She tried my soup and said, "Lily, this is amazing. You should sell this." I laughed. "Who would buy my cooking?" She smiled. "You'd be surprised." That night, an idea began to grow in my heart. Why not? Why not start again? It started with one post on social media. I took a photo of the chicken soup I made for Ethan. I wrote, "A warm bowl on a cold night. Made with love." People started asking, "Do you sell this?" I was surprised. I said, "Not yet." But something inside me said, "Maybe I can." I called it Lily's Table. I cooked from home, just small meals at first. Soup. Rice dishes. Warm bread. Comfort food for tired people. I didn't have much money, but I had heart. And heart was enough to begin. Soon, people came. Friends told friends. One woman said, "Your food reminds me of my mother." Another said, "This feels like home." I cried that night, not from pain, but from joy. Ethan sat at the corner table, doing homework while I served food. My kitchen smelled like garlic and hope. And for the first time in many months, I felt alive. One afternoon, as I closed the shop, I saw Alex at the door. He looked thinner. Tired. Older. "Hi," he said. "Hi," I replied, standing tall. I've heard about your place, he said. It's beautiful. Thank you. He looked around. You did all this yourself? Yes. There was a long silence. He said softly, Anna left. She didn't want family life. She just liked the comfort. I didn't say anything. He looked at me. I miss us. I miss you. I breathed in deeply. You don't miss me, Alex, I said. You miss the woman who cooked, cleaned, loved, and stayed silent. But she's not here anymore. He stepped closer. Can we try again? I shook my head gently. No. I've walked too far from who I used to be. I can't go back. His eyes filled with regret. I'm sorry. I know, I said. But some sorries come too late. He left quietly. I closed the door, locked it, and turned off the lights. Then I sat down, lit a candle, and smiled. Not because I won, but because I didn't lose myself. Now, a year has passed. Lily's table has moved into a small shop near the park. I hired 2 women who were once like me, tired, broken, strong. We cook. We laugh. We share stories. Ethan is growing up fast. He says, Mom, you're the strongest person I know. And every time a woman walks in alone and leaves with a full stomach and a warmer heart. I remember that dark night when I felt like nothing. Now, I know I am more than someone's wife. More than someone's mother. More than someone's shadow.